In this last video on understanding equipment, we're going to talk about two more types of equipment that you're going to see a lot of in this industry, and it's kind of the next wave of growth in our industry. Number one, you're going to hear a lot about mobile processing. Now, first of all, let me make sure that you understand, because a lot of agents don't understand the difference in a couple things here. First of all, on the news, you're going to see a lot of things about near-field communication, things where you can take your phone and just tap it on a device and accept payments. That is not what I'm talking about here, okay? That is near-field communication, and they do call that mobile processing sometimes. But basically what that is, that's you actually being able to use your mobile phone. Now, that's taking off very slowly, but it's taking off, and that's the subject for another time. I actually have an entire webinar on how that is working and how that's going, so you can ask me about that later. But what I'm talking about right now is mobile credit card processing, where you're able to accept credit card on your mobile device. The most well-known provider of mobile processing right now is Square. Odds are you've probably seen a video of Square. Has a little Square device you put into the headphone jack of your phone and download an app, and you can accept credit card on your phone. Now, what many credit card processing companies have competing products to Square. So you will see that quite a bit in the field. Now, if you're competing against Square, you would want to talk about their customer service, which is non-existent, and you can learn more about that. I have all kinds of different resources on how to compete against Square. But mobile processing basically it really shouldn't be used by large businesses. Even small businesses really shouldn't be using it very much. Mobile processing was designed for people that do like a yard sale and they want to be able to accept credit cards, people that are at trade shows where they need to have an easy way to accept credit cards. Also people that are at things like flea markets where they have a little stand. So if a merchant is doing more than about $1,000 to $1,500 a month in credit card volume, a mobile processing solution really isn't the right solution for them many times. Usually they're going to be better off having a traditional account because they're going to need more support, they're going to need better equipment, they're going to need lower fees, things like that. So mobile processing, definitely you want to know about it because it's very prevalent. But again, it's not for the mainstream small business owner. You wouldn't want to go pitch the small business owner having a swiper on their phone as their only means of accepting credit card. Now, the second type of equipment that we're going to talk about is a touchscreen point of sale system. Now, touchscreen point of sale is really the direction that the industry is going right now as far as small business owners. The difference is with a touchscreen point of sale system, you've all seen them. Restaurants have them, retail stores have them, and what it is, it's an integrated, basically a cash register on steroids. It's all integrated. So they have a touchscreen system. They can manage their inventory. They have a barcode scanner. They can manage their menu if it's a restaurant. It might be linked together with a kitchen printer. It has a cash drawer. All that system, that's a touchscreen point of sale system. You're going to see those more and more, and we'll talk about kind of terminal ownership in the next couple videos, and we're going to talk about how people are getting those touchscreen point of sale systems. The important thing to understand about them, though, from an equipment standpoint, number one, find out if your company offers them, because if so, you'd want to understand it. They're a little bit more complex than your regular credit card machine, and so you'd want to get some good training if your company does offer those touchscreen point of sale systems. Secondly, you need to understand, talk to your technical support department and find out what credit card processing platforms do they support, because that's going to determine whether or not you can reprogram someone's touchscreen point of sale system. Now, unfortunately, most sales agents in this industry don't understand touchscreen systems at all. Zero. So because of that, if they walk into a business and that business has a touchscreen system, they just turn around and walk out the door and they don't even try to get the sale. That's a huge mistake, because touchscreen point of sale systems are in place because that business is probably larger. They probably do more credit card volume, so they're going to probably be more profitable of an account for you. So what you need to understand is, on a touchscreen point of sale system, they can keep their touchscreen system and you can change them over to your credit card processing service in some situations, not every situation. Some situations, they don't even own the POS terminal. They don't own the touchscreen system. And some situations, it's locked down and you can't change it. Some situations, it's going to cost $1,000 to switch it. So, you can get into that more later. But the thing to understand is when you first walk into a business, don't just walk out because they have a touchscreen system. Go ahead and pitch them. Go ahead and get a statement. Send it in to your company and see if you can save them some money. If you can save them $400 or $500 a month, well, you know what? They might be willing to pay $1,000 to switch to your service. So it's very important you understand touchscreen point of sale systems are definitely growing because business owners want better reporting. They want better information. They want to be able to manage their inventory. So you definitely want to check and see if your company offers a touchscreen point of sale option. And then secondly, find out which options do they support, which platforms do they support, so you can start working with a touchscreen point of sale company if you get a client on the hook that might be willing to switch over.